we're told about the Westpac Anthony Miller issue. Now, we know about the banks. We can talk about interest rates because they go, oh, there's an interest rate cut, all this inflation, all this stuff, which, mate, I'll be straight up with you. If the politicians didn't spend our money the way they do, the inflation where it wouldn't be where it is. And obviously, over government spending, over taxing. They say they don't want us to spend it. At the end of the day, Robin Hood effect right here, ladies and gentlemen. They don't want people like me and my good friend here, John, to spend money on small business to look after people. When Robin Hood was in the forest, he was looking after his people. So take it from the rich, give to the poor, and make them better. This is what we're trying to do on a good level, on a humanitarian level. So what's going on with regards to, what's going on with regards to Anthony Miller at Westpac? We'll go through that one first.
Westpac CEO Anthony Miller was recently emailed about money being stolen from a vulnerable 79-year-old pensioner's bank account by a bikie gang member. But incredibly, Miller didn't report it to the police. Westpac accepts the crime happened because they gave the pensioner back the money that was stolen by the bikie. So why didn't Miller make a police report? Another good question. So again, it gets back to people, right? Have you got the right people and people with ethics and morals who are prepared to do the right thing? And so you would think that within a bank, if you found criminal activity within the bank, the first thing they would do is report it to the police. In fact, that should be law, that a bank has to report crimes to the police, no matter how minor the crime is, right? So we reported, Brian Wiseman, who's a former Home and Away actor, and myself reported three crimes to Anthony Miller, and his subordinates responded with false accusations, denials, cover-ups, and actually threatened me about talking about it. Now, two of the crimes is just the evidence is just overwhelming that they actually occurred. But one of the crimes Westpac admitted to. Westpac actually paid money back that was stolen from a 79-year-old vulnerable 79-year-old pensioner's account. So they've admitted that crime by paying back the stolen money, but they didn't report it to the police. Now, what normally happens in situations like this, we talk about organizations that, Westpac, for example, Westpac recently was fined $1.5 billion or $1.1 billion, over $1 billion for allegations of money laundering and child exploitation, which is mind-boggling, right?
Wow.
But it wasn't Westpac that did it. It was somebody within Westpac. And so, in other words, what happens is we have these, what I always say, there's no such thing as a bad organization. There's only individuals within an organization who are prepared to do bad things. We've got to start prosecuting those individuals. So what we've done is we've pinned it down with our documentation. We pinned it down to individuals within the organization. When we first strategized this, when we were going to contact Westpac, we didn't think they'd respond. I said if they had half a brain, they won't respond. But hey, we'll have a try. We'll see. And if they do respond, they're in trouble, because that proves that it's like if you've got a debt, and if you don't contact people about that debt and 7 years lapses, that debt gets wiped. But if they contact you about the debt and then you ring them back up and discuss it, well, that 7 years starts from that when you had that discussion. So I thought they wouldn't call back. I thought if they had half a brain, they wouldn't. But these people don't have half brains, and they're very arrogant, and they feel like they've got it all under control.
I'd like to take this time to shout out our supporters at Liberty Bullion, the best gold, silver, and platinum traders in Melbourne, even Australia. If you want to give them a call, their knowledge, their customer service is second to none. Back to the show.